I'm a different kind of astrologer. I don't believe in coming up with an interpretation for every day of the week, considering there are millions of people out there that will say, so what? I do that all the time. I even say it. So now, through the weekend, the cycle remains with peaks and valleys of the same things. I'll be reading to you for each of the signs. Most of us will be facing travel challenges today and tomorrow, and when the moon slips into Capricorn between Friday and Saturday, somewhere around there, it will be about getting down to business and playing by the rules, getting business out of the way. But when it moves into Aquarius on Super Bowl Sunday, that's when it will be pretty much anything goes. It'll be wild and crazy with the current temporary sky conditions. Getting to school and work on time and trying to patch up what needs to get done before the hectic Super Bowl weekend will be frustrating. I too am having my day, and you don't need a crystal ball to even recognize that one. I'm sure you're all saying by now, no shit, Sherlock. My predictions are based, though, on cycles, and we're usually caught up in the phases of issues, and then we reach an impact of a particular phase, which sets us off into another cycle. We're now in a cycle where we're contemplating about the future. You might think about doing things. Oh, I just love it when phones go off in the middle of recording. I'm recording and you just called. Goodbye. As I was saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We're now in a cycle. Oh, God, let me gather myself. We're now in a cycle where we're contemplating about the future. We might think about doing things, but not actually carry them out like I just did. It's more of a planning, not a planting stage. That's not to say the weekend isn't going to have something growing on it. And here we go. Horoscope. From now through the end of the weekend, Aries, travel plans to and fro to work are somewhat delayed due to the moon's position and the personal contacts with your significant other. That was an Aries that just called me, are somewhat of a mixed blessing. You have one door in your life that has opened for you, but wanting more than you can actually take would be a mistake. Focus on your new plans and remain optimistic regarding others. They're not ready to commit. Yeah. Taurus. This could be a time where a karmic debt is either owed or paid. Although you have some very interesting options at a distance in love and money, don't forget about the child support or a certain partner in business or pleasure who might pay you a visit. You might want to get an attorney or accountant to teach you a few things about your investments. Gemini, there are deadlines in the works today, and, well, of course, that was Wednesday when I wrote this, but there's deadlines all the time with Geminis. There seems to be a break in the clouds. Deadlines in the works today. There seems to be a break in the clouds. The sky is opening up so you can have a clearer picture of what it is you're doing or going to be doing next. Most of this revolves around relationships and details with a business partner, cleaning up the past and setting new goals. Some Geminis will wrestle with the grief over a partner, while others will feel they need more insurance. Cancer, you're torn between extremes regarding your goals, relationships, habits, and work. It's funny how what we wish seems so far and distant, and when we get it, we really don't know what to do with it. And so, we procrastinate and pace, and all this really isn't good for you, is it? You need to put your feet on the ground and take one brave step at a time. If moving in uncharted waters or territory feels very wrong, step back and look at the big picture. Answers become clearer as the weekend approaches. Leo. The moon's position today adds even more light to presence. Others see you as someone who is capable of taking charge and holding your own. You set your sights on a boundless journey in love and abroad. But keep in mind, there are limits to what you're allowed to do, and while time seems to be ticking slowly in those areas of your life, it is in fact guiding you into what you've earned. The world continues to spin, and you will always have a chance to play your your part in it. At this point, look at your home and concentrate on cleaning up the mess. Virgo, challenges on the home front require you to once again bump your schedule and take care of chores and tidy up. Meanwhile, a partner has high hopes you'll be there to save them from the pitfalls of peril, because that's what Virgos are good for, helping others, giving them an ear for their problems, listening to their stomachs growl, and whether they have diarrhea or not, and handling their affairs. Where is it written that you have to be there for everyone and no one is there for you? Yeah, I know, right? You'll need another Virgo to help delegate what load you simply have no time for. Boy, ain't that the truth. Libra, expanding your mind, opening up channels of communication are what's on the agenda, and those family matters, live-in spouses, in-laws, and whoever else thinks they can keep trotting through that front door and the back are becoming the norm now. You can't be everyone's advisor, and as much as you're dedicated to keeping peace on the home front, the best this week you can do is take advantage of whatever freedoms you find necessary to keep yourself happy. Scorpio, you are so driven lately that anyone who approaches you while in the midst of all that mental activity, designing, writing, and planning, if you have a Scorpio rising, you might be just like that too. Had best walk on eggshells. That's right. They better walk on eggshells. Stress is an understatement. Fun and games can wait. You've got many serious obligations you need to fulfill and have little time to pander to tedious requests such as time-sucking favors. But you'll probably do your best to do them if you can. The rest of this week is just that. Today, you manage the debts and strive for even greater earning potential. By the weekend, you insist on staying home to relax. Oh, did I mention the neighbors with their noisy truck? God! Oh, what is it about people that keep their truck running it's bad for the motor. Sagittarius, working out and redefining your self-image right now. The rest of the week, that's what you're doing. You're supposed to be doing anyways. And the rest of the week began Wednesday, which was yesterday, and I didn't get a chance to get this out, so let's just forget about it, because by the time you hear this, it probably will be Friday. It starts you on a new course of optimism and social unity. Your spirit is ready to take more than a few risks. Are you the one inviting people over? Are you the one in charge of a magnificent affair? An impromptu offer is in the works. Try to minimize that course you're charting and get organized with the costs. Capricorn, I suppose you could feel a bit depressed at the moment. There's this detonating feeling that where you'd just like to see something happen. Perhaps a figure on the home front is a bit explosive. Wednesday seems, and if you have a Capricorn rising, Wednesday seems like the day where you travel for therapy or sun type, and then the rest of the week you're more concerned about being yourself without little awareness of how you're coming across to others. Looks like you are about to earn some money part-time. Aquarius, trust me, you're funny. Odd, but funny this weekend, whatever. You won't have any problem stirring up controversy with others or actually letting them see how far they run for a certain rumor that's been flying around. It's just gotten to a point where no matter what you say, well, whatever it is, even if it's truth, others are content to throw it in the spin cycle and test your honesty. The more they push you for answers, the less likely they're going to get what they came for. The game changer is stay within your limits of exposing what you really don't have to. Pisces, your faith in yourself and society, not to mention humanity, have all been challenged. Each time you find a role in the game, others challenge your beliefs to survive it. The coming days mark a career change that, although tests your self-confidence, may be just what opens the doors to a new partnership that gives rise to even higher ground. And that's your Abyss Horoscope. I'm Stony Wolf.